1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Will the screw ups and we're back for more guests and topics to explore. Screw up slash. Welcome back to the S.U.S. podcast.
I will have to say it was in, I believe it was 10th grade or 11th grade. Um, I think it was, yeah, 10th grade. My psych teacher, she was like, oh, guys, journal, your day. Like, basically, like, talk to us about your day and stuff. And then, like, by the end of the week, like, show me, like, what you have and stuff. And don't worry, everything's going to be, like, private and whatnot. So I asked her, I was just like, instead of journaling, can I like try to like write it in like a poem or something? So ayun, like I wrote a lot of poems, like about 10, I believe. Like even though it was like only required for seven, sorry, even if it was only required for five, so I wrote like 10 because I don't know, I was going through the usual like high school like angst and like um just basically like finding my way through high school and struggling a bit in terms of like finding myself also. So I used poetry as like an outlet to like express myself because I'm the type of person na I I have a hard time like speaking what I feel, like saying how I feel, but when I write it, that's probably like my best form of like expression. So, and then when my teacher read my poem, she was like, you should post that. So the first like post that I made where it wasn't on IG, it was on Blogspot. So like it was like in season it was season poems .blogspot.com. So it's still there, but I like and I just like I look back at it and I was just like, wow, like look how far like I've come and stuff. So yeah, like that's where I really like got the passion for it. And one of my like high school friends, like actually two of my high school friends, Isabel and Bella, they they were so supportive because I would share it with them when because I was super shy to share it with people. I was just like, "What do you guys think of this?" And then they were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to read more." So I feel like without them giving me that push, I don't think I would have had the strength to share my poetry. Um, yeah. So I guess that's where my love of poetry started because like going back, it just really helped me express myself and express how I feel. So yeah, there. But when the pandemic started, um, yeah, like it really took a toll on me. I feel like it took a toll on a lot of people too. Um, I super struggled at the beginning. Like I wasn't able to really fully concentrate in my classes. Transitioning from face to face to online was super hard. So and I was in a drought when it came to like writing. I didn't know why. I was just so I don't know. I was so unmotivated to write, and especially with all the work that I needed to do. And then like some events happened in the country, and then I got inspired to write. And I remember like there being a post saying, "Oh, it's been 100 days since lockdown was officially like announced." So I wrote about it. I wrote like it was the first time I kind of rapped and really spoke my poems. Um, and I remember that like I posted it, and then my friends were like, "Tony, I feel like you should recite it." Like I think I was in a Zoom call, I believe with like my friends that I with my friends, and then they were like, "Tony, I really feel like you should like recite it." So I did, and they're like, "Dude, that's just fire! Like you spit bars." So yeah, like from then on, because my content usually at that time was just I don't know posting a screenshot of a PDF of the PDF file that I took and stuff, and then just like posting it and then posting it with the verses mismo and stuff. So And then they were like, Tonyo, do it spoken word. I was just like, okay, okay. So like the next poem that I wrote, that I released it now, like I took a video of myself like saying it, and I had to nail it in one take, and I had to. It was the first time like I really like kind of memorized like what my poems like what I wrote, and wala, like there were so many takes. Like I remember um I remember like deleting like about 50 videos that I took because it was I messed up at some part, and then there was one part that I was so close to finishing it, then I stumbled and I was just like, oh no, I have to retake it again. But yeah, it was so like, even though it was like frustrating, it really helped me in terms of like how I recited my poems, even my writing style also. Because how I write about current events and how I write about, let's say, love is super different, but kind of the same. Um, with current events, I really try to make it relatable because I don't think people would want to like hear like I don't think a lot of people would like the whole hidden meanings kind of thing. So I would just make it like straight to the point. And it's kind of like a rap talaga, like with the flow. I try to make it work. But then in terms of like my love poems, that's where like I can put some hidden meaning to it and stuff, and it's up to you whether or not like you interpret it how I do, or it's fine for you to also give it its own meaning too. So yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Tonyo. Hey, Tonyo, do you know
Yes.
Anton's also a poet?
Yeah, I know
Ooh.
he
Dude,
writes
Tonyo
songs.
knows, like, yeah, we
Yeah, I
send each
know.
other all the
I've heard some
art.
of his stuff, you know. So
Have you heard of his most famous epoch? Yung
which
slam
one?
poetry.
Ah, it's the
Slam
one like
poetry.
it's the cover of
Screaming.
like 22 Jump Street, diba? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my
doing that.
man.
I mean,
Cynthia.
His
it's
I
shining
mean,
moment.
he's done that in parties. He's done that in parties.
yeah, I did that in
So
one
Oh, yeah?
party.
Why
yeah,
don't you do
yeah.
it now?
No, I'm never doing it again.
Why not?
Poetry.
I'm never doing it again.
Slam
Both
poetry.
both
Waving
Antonios
my
have
hand.
to, have to do a sample, diba? Antonio did his.
Wow.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's only
But
fair and equitable.
Bring it back.
No,
Bring
I
it
really
back. I'm
don't
so
want. I don't
excited.
even remember it.
What do you don't
I don't
nah,
remember?
you're
even
saying you
How
don't
can you
remember.
remember it,
forget
but
your
you do.
masterpiece,
You
man?
do
Your magnum
remember it,
opus. He
bro. You do
remembers.
remember it.
He remembers. Look at this
No,
guy.
I
He's
don't want to
trying to
do it.
weasel out of his fun duties.
Until you're dead in one of the next episodes, I'm
Whatever,
gonna
man.
destroy you.
Whatever, man. I will fight
I'm
back.
gonna shout like now, like in my room.
You don't have to shout.
Yeah.
Just
Need
I
to
mean, you
say,
shout
can do
it
it
if you
poetry
want.
style.
yeah.
Oh, I can actually.
I forget.
Waving my hand.
Wait, this is so
Just
stupid.
You forget.
Uh,
yeah.
I'll just do
Cat,
it
watch this.
quietly.
Quietly.
Slam poetry, yelling, angry, waving my hand a lot. Specific point of view on things. Cynthia, Cynthia. Oh, Jesus died for our Cynthias. Jesus cried. Runaway bride. Julia Roberts. Julia Rob Hurts. Cynthia.
Getting high school flashbacks.
Cynthia. You're dead. You're dead. Papu peep. Pop, pop, poop, pop. You're dead. That's for Cynthia, who's dead.
Like drop.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
That
go.
wasn't so
Respect.
hard.
Respect.
All right.
That wasn't so hard.
So hard to start on something, like in terms of like poetry itself, because my problem is I have so many verses that are going on inside of my head that like when I write it down, I'll always struggle with starting it. Like I'll have like some content and stuff, but like I don't know like how to start it. And my process is talaga once I write the start, the flow just comes na. Everything just comes. So I can't do it like I can't write something in the middle, then something in the end, or start something in the end, because for me, I just really need to start on something because I just really need a general overview of how the poem goes. I mean, I don't outline. I know some people they do outline and stuff, but I make a mental outline in my head on like where it goes. I just do it. Honestly, I do it based on feel, which is like I don't know. Like
Nice.
it might be like it might be just a me thing, but it's what works for me. Um, I don't really kind of follow a specific structure or specific measure or rhyming pattern and whatnot because I don't want to box myself and like expressing myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't want to like restrict, like have
Yeah.
restrictions, basically just
Yeah.
so that's why I kind of like do it free verse, kind of spoken word rap, freestyle kind of thing. And even in the language, because I've written some Filipino poems and
Mm.
yeah, it really just depends because minsan I would feel na in Filipino it hits better. So
Yeah.
like
That's true.
there are some poems that I've written in Filipino, especially like my rap ones. I solely try to do it in Filipino because there's a factor to it.
Mm.
So yeah, but in terms of like other things, it really just depends. Because if I have something in English that I maybe feel like would work better in Filipino, I just do it in Filipino. But yun na nga, for me, I'm not the most fluent or the most like I'm not I'm not super good. I admit I'm not super good in terms of like my ability to write in Filipino, but I'd like to say like I try. So yeah,
That's
it's
That's
more
also
than
nice,
enough.
something
man.
in yeah, it's something I also want to do more of, like writing more in Filipino kasi wala, it's our country, diba? So why not show like show some
Yes,
Filipino?
that's right. Represent.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
represent talaga
And it
and
really does evoke like different emotions, like when you're writing in your mother
Yeah.
language.
yeah.
True.
Um and there's just it's just something with the Filipino language na you can't translate killing. You can't translate like a lot of like some of the words you can't translate it into English and it's better said in Filipino. And Filipino is such a beautiful language also too. So
So
yeah, that's something na I wanna do more of, like writing in Filipino. I'm gonna like I'll recite Night Sky for you guys.
yes, you heard
Go,
Um
it here,
please.
people. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
place to be
yeah,
tonight.
yeah. So okay. Night Sky. She stares from a distance, watching as the skies darken, her hands shaking, palms sweating, as she tries to control her tears. It appears her fears weren't just a figment of her imagination, but something real. In the realm of probabilities and possibilities, different hypotheses emerged. Yes, no, maybe, definitely, hardly. If this continues, it'll drive him crazy. Numerous daydreams, visions, musing all stem from one main cause. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Time and time again, she told herself, yet what she trained her brain to think, her heart swerved and chose differently. 3 deep breaths. He looks to the ground and all around, mustering up every ounce of courage that's left. Can I dance with you? Be your permanent duet? Be your leading man, he says. His heart beating, voice shaking, every millisecond feels like an eternity. He was just supposed to be a friend. Nothing more, nothing less. Someone she leaned on when times were hard. But bit by bit, things slowly changed in her perspective. She caught his stolen glances, felt his subtle advances. She'd play along here and there, but in the end would catch herself. She didn't want to assume or lead him on, but she hoped he felt the same way too. As he walks away, he hopes somehow she feels the same. Like in those movies or TV series, he longs for her to call out his name. The setting is perfect. He laid the groundwork. All that's left is the scene. He saw her eyes. She was just supposed to be his friend. Someone he'd go to when he wanted someone to listen, who saw her for her and not what everyone else had thought. When words failed, he tried to show her how he felt, but somehow it always seemed familiar. one-sided. Suddenly, a familiar feeling grabs hold of him. The scent of candies in the air. I would like a dance, a permanent a permanent duet partner, and my very own leading man. With their hands intertwined over each other's racing hearts, with the starlight shining ever so bright, their eyes met, and they both knew that this would be something they'd never ever forget. Thanks. That's it.
Bro.
It
Damn
really
it,
is so
Tonyo.
amazing. Like,
Yo.
when you hear the writer actually reading it out to you, I think I understand where your friends were coming from too when they said that stop just posting the PDF files, talk to the people. Because I feel like there's so many feelings there that only you can put into your poem. I feel like for us as readers, it's like, yeah, strong feelings. But we can't really capture those exact feelings that you have until we hear it coming from you. Like, it's so amazing.
As a poet, what
Yes.
advice do you think you can give to aspiring poets or any writer in general?
Just right. Like don't be scared. Cause the pen's mightier than the sword, as they say. But it really is like um for me, writing, even like prose or like writing like stories, like novels and stuff, like short stories even, like it's the best form of like expression. Um and the best songs that we listen to, they're all written works. So for me, like you have to start. If like, you want to start, just do it. Like write, like don't be scared, and you have people like supporting you also. So it's like don't be afraid to share it with your friends and stuff, and also don't be scared to hear criticism, because there's always gonna be criticism, but you can use that as motivation. Because I'm the type of person that if someone hates on my poem, I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna prove you wrong. You know, like it drives me rin ah. Like I feel like to be a writer also you have to have a thick skin too. And a really like strong sense of belief in a sense. Or I mean like if you're like if you write for fun, if you write it like personally and stuff, that's fine because you never know one day that might get released too. Or like I mean like you might like want to post it or something. So just write and don't be scared to like share your thoughts or share your feelings because your feelings are valid. Uh, and no one can take that away from you. Like if they want to criticize you for feeling a certain way, then let them because like they don't know what you're going through. They don't know your experiences. What matters is you know that yourself. Um, and yeah, I don't know. But if you're like writing for fun, keep doing it because I'm pretty sure you'll probably like write something that's like a banger talaga. And just yeah, when you have doubts and hesitations, listen to them a bit, but don't let it control you. Uh what else? Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Well, I overthink a lot, but like sometimes you just need that one reassurance from one of your friends. And I have that. I'm grateful that I have that. Like when I'm not feeling confident about a piece, then I'll just like send it to this person and I'll be like, can like is it okay or something? Like you can tell me if it's really bad and then they'll be like, dude, it's so good. And I'm just like, huh? What? So yeah, yeah. Also believe in yourself. Yeah, believe in yourself because that'll go a long way in terms of like your writing. And if you don't know where to start, just think of a topic. Like you can write about writer's block. I wrote about it. Like it's like it went like writer's block. Why do you suck? Writer's block. I'm out of luck. Writer's block. Fuck. It's like because I was so frustrated. Like I couldn't. Like,
That's so
finish the
creative
poem.
though.
That's pretty jazzy, my
Yeah.
friend. Jazzy.
Yeah, yeah. And I even like you can just like write about the simplest of things. Like I wrote a poem about lasagna. So like, it's like,
Nice.
yeah.
Ooh.
Garfield would love
So
that.
it's
Okay.
like,
Same.
yeah.
Mhm.
So you can just write about anything and anything and everything under the sun. Because writing for me doesn't discriminate, which is the most for me like what I super love about it. Because for me like at least it's up to you talaga how you wanna like write or what you wanna write about. Like for me, the most controversial stuff are the ones that are written. like, I mean, like our national hero, like Jose Rizal, like his writing was frowned upon by the Spaniards. So, and he still continued to write. Like he died like because he was writing and stuff. So, I don't know. That's it's inspiring. Yeah.
It's really so inspired, like especially since like with our new like message that we're trying to pass on with this podcast, which is literally like motivating the passionate to pursue. Like we literally want to invite people on who we know have these gifts, and our goal by having them on is to help them believe in themselves more and to help them like grow and to help their art grow as well, because this could be something that could inspire like literally millions of people, like even as early as like a few years from now, like once you really start putting your stuff out there. And like the fact that you don't really share like your poems vocally a lot, but the fact that you're able to do it here like for us now, like this is really like that was the message of our podcast, man. Like we really help someone to to pursue their passion, which is like the greatest gift that we can get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for tuning in to our Screw Up Sesh. We'll hope we'll see you again. Screw Up Sesh, Screw Up Sesh. Thanks for tuning in to our stupid podcast.